show you the tool, the Canvas tool, where you can see the course content, the topics, assignments, or sometimes quizzes. Most of the times you can see assignments also, everything, okay? So how to access it, okay? Because here I'm the trainer, this is the trainer module. So I have a course called Salesforce. You are invited for Salesforce course. You might be getting some email to you. Can you check your email?
I did get one.
Yeah, so you have to take login. Did you take any login, or it's directly asking the password to set?
It's asking me to create an account. Yeah, I think I have to create one.
Yeah, so you have created an account with Canvas. Now you are a participant in this class, and you have access to the modules, resources, okay, and you have access to the modules. Again, the prerequisite for development is administration, because it's like a prerequisite for Sales Cloud is administration again, Service Cloud is again administration. Anyway, we are not going to talk more about Sales and Service Clouds, but yes, you will be knowing about what is Sales Cloud and the basic features of Sales Cloud. You will be understanding in this class. You will be trying out these things newly, okay, in our demos. I think in the previous class also we have gone through the same demo where we are trying out the marketing app, sales app, service app, right? Okay. So first of all, if you want to see the syllabus, click on the syllabus page. This is one way of seeing the syllabus. Okay, this is an ordered way. And the other way is click on pages. This is also in ordered format. What are pages? Pages is the topics. Syllabus is also a syllabus. These pages are in ordered format for the first class. If you click on this, you can see the quiz, topic, the discussions and assignments to the first class. So now you have access to the assignments also. After finishing this class, you can explore, you can try this assignment. So this assignment is really simple. It's not that complex. I'm asking you to explore the other cloud platforms in the market and what are their features. And apart from that, what type of cloud platform is that? I mean, SaaS, PaaS, or as, and okay, for each and every tool. And the main thing here is to know about their features. So the tool is for CRM or ERP or HR management or payroll management, anything. Okay, you have to know the features so that as you are seeing that you are having 7 years of experience and 5+ years on cloud computing, means Salesforce.com. You have to know some of the other tools who are competitors who are in the market. But as of now, coming to the cloud computing technologies, other tools are having less market share, but Salesforce is the only tool which is having very big market share, coming down to cloud solutions. Okay. Yeah, that's what this is the assignment for you for the first class. Okay. If I'm clicking on pages, I can even see the syllabus again. Syllabus and pages are in the same way, but syllabus is orderly format without any specific. It's also in the same order. Syllabus also, if you see, this is the overall syllabus and these are the pages. If you click on pages, you can see the detailed information about this. Okay. On Salesforce Product Introduction also we have covered in the first class only about Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and we have created even some data in our campaigns, in our leads object, again in our accounts, contacts, opportunities. Okay, that's introduction. Okay, and later on I am going to explain this class in the coming in the mid of classes and features of the environments. Okay, I have a sheet for that. Okay, I will show that to you. Okay, Salesforce, because there are different type of companies in the world, small, medium-based companies, very big companies, okay, and Fortune 500 companies. Okay, they are very, very big, different scale companies. Okay, the big companies need a lot of features. Small companies, small startup, which is having 3 to 4 employees, they don't want that very big version. So they can use different versions and editions, okay, of Salesforce. Salesforce um, have different editions. That is, one is basic contact edition. For suppose if you are an investor, independent investor, angel investor, so now you can take this organization to store your contacts, your business leads and everything inside the system. It's completely, you can go with one user, okay, or two users, okay. You can manage personally. A group edition, or suppose if your company is having 10 people, okay, you can take the group edition, because if you want a very basic app to manage your sales, and okay, you can't configure in this, okay, you can't install applications like that. Very basic app. For that you can use group edition. Professional edition, it's a lot more better than that. It's some more additional features. Okay, that checklist is already there in a PDF document with me, which you can. I will share that to document to you. Give me a second. I think it's trying to load. This is force.com. What is force.com? Force.com is a platform, okay, by Salesforce. You can develop the apps with Apex and Visual Force programming, and even you can create objects and fields with your schema builder, okay, how we are creating in our general apps, also you can do that. But force.com means if you want to build some generic, very custom application, then custom means means standard. And what is the difference between standard and custom? We'll be using these terms a lot in our classes. Standard means it's given by Salesforce, a standard option which is available by default in the system. Custom option means which you have created on your own according to your requirement. Okay, when you're trying to build very custom applications, or suppose Salesforce don't provide inventory management. When you are trying, if your customer only need inventory management software, you don't need any CRM. You just need inventory management software. Then you can use the inventory management software. You can build it on Force.com platform, and these are the licenses. Okay, Force.com user subscriptions for app building. Okay, these are the different versions. Force.com enterprise app, $25 per user per month. Force.com app bundle, $80. Force.com app for unlimited applications, $150. Force.com app administrator, that is for $50. These are the license costs for the Force.com platform. Okay. That are editions. Okay. Again, coming down to editions, I am talking about group edition, contact edition, group edition, professional edition, enterprise edition, unlimited edition. Okay. Enterprise edition is used by some big companies, small, medium-based companies, even big companies, okay, who needs the enterprise application. So Salesforce gives ability to use most of the features. Okay. So, but they have some limits again. Okay. Coming down to the unlimited edition, that's used by the very big companies and who want to use Salesforce essentially completely for all their requirements, for all their custom features also. Okay. And releases and features. Okay. Salesforce, coming down to Salesforce technology, you will be getting updates every quarter. every 4 months, every 4 months, means I can say season. Every season you'll get new update. Summer, spring, and winter. These are the three seasons, and you have spring release, summer release, and winter release by Salesforce with all new features. And every certified professional who is certified by Salesforce has to take certifications again for the release exams also. So the current version of Salesforce is 32nd version. Okay. So again, after 4 months, you get one more new version. After again 4 more months, you will get another new version. So Salesforce will go on increase, so go on give the new upgrades to the system. Okay? You don't need to update. So if you are maintaining your own server, you have to do all the updates. Your system administrator have to take support, and he have to do his own thing. But here, Salesforce will automatically send the upgrades from the system automatically for every 4 months, and they are going to send the critical updates by your approval only in your system. There is a link for that. That is for critical approvals. You have to click on this and you have to enable automatically such critical updates only. And coming down to what all the code what you have developed in previous versions is they are compatible with the latest versions also. Okay. So what happened before means many years right, there is custom S controls. S controls is useful for writing scripting, for writing do some logical things on the front end UI. Okay, we used to do that, but after coming Visual Force programming, so Visual Force programming replaces S controls. Okay, so after that they have started support for S controls. Now the people who are using S controls in the olden days are still using them. They can still update it, but they cannot create the new S controls. That's the only problem. But anyway, with VF pages, they have given more ability to do things with less number of lines of code. You can do a lot of things. That's how they are expanding and making it efficient for developers and even for businesses. Okay, and getting around the app, we already went through the application screenshots and how we have to work. Okay, data model and navigation. So for each and every application, you need to design the data model first. That is called modeling stage, designing stage. Okay. And later on, you have to think about the navigation and stuff. Okay. What is the way how to interact with the system and everything. So Salesforce also uses model view controller. Okay. Way of implementing the things. So Java also uses the same thing. What is model? Your database objects, your objects that are tables in the database in the raw terms, if you speak. Okay. And again, the fields, relationships, everything comes into model. Just data model. Okay. And V represents for view. So the front end part. You can do things, you can do changes in front end with page layouts, Visual Force programming. So these things come into view. View of means these are the components which we use to modify the view in Salesforce. Coming down to controlling part, you can do controlling based on when you're clicking on a button, you are doing some save operation, you're doing some delete operation. These are all actions you are doing. You are doing some logical part. This is called controlling. Okay. So you're coming down to controlling. All the Apex coding is coming into controlling part. Workflow rules, validation rules also will come into the controlling part. Okay. So MVC architecture. So I have defined which components belongs to which. Okay. Which module means M or module or view or controlling. Okay. And I will show the navigations for important setup options and stuff, how to access it when I open the Salesforce application. Okay, setting the user interface, setting up the UI and such options. I will show these options when we are working on the objects. Anyway, this is very basic class. I am going to share some document also with you about the editions. Yeah. See, contact manager is $5 per user per month. Up to 5 users only you can use this. Um, Up to 5 users. Group edition, $25 per user per month. Professional edition of any size of CRM system for $65 per user per month. Enterprise Salesforce edition. So based on the edition, you will get features. Okay, the features are clearly mentioned here. Contact management will get up to 5 users with Contact Manager edition. You can manage your business contacts, customer interactions, conversations in one place, in the cloud, completely on cloud, and you can also sync things with your email application. You can also include means you can also integrate with your Microsoft Outlook and Gmail application. Okay, and you can upload some documents, share some documents in the content library, CRM content. And the group edition features are this: you can integrate Google AdWords, affiliate feature, all this stuff. Okay, and professional edition features are this: you can even install up to 5 apps and applications. Okay, so but in group edition you can only have 1 app exchange applications. Okay, but in contact edition you cannot install app exchange applications at all. In professional edition you can install app exchange applications up to 5. In unlimited edition, okay, you can have additional access to the app exchange applications and integrate with any other systems using APIs. The APIs is only enabled in Enterprise Edition because you can integrate with any other systems with APIs. On Unlimited Edition, the name is okay, it's having unlimited resources, 24/7 premium support, and customizable sales cloud, okay, and customizable mobile access and an unlimited number of custom objects and custom applications. But coming down to the Enterprise Edition, there is a limit on the number of objects you are creating also. Same thing for all the previous editions. Most big enterprises will be using this Unlimited Edition for their applications. Okay, so the cost is again going on increasing, and so and there are like these licenses are getting changed. Okay, coming down because these are all the features, what you can do. It's coming down to each and every edition you are getting additional special features. That everything you can see this by this document. I am going to share this document and I will try to upload it to at least the link on the Canvas tool. Okay, and let's log into the application. So today I have some requirement. I will be working on that requirement. Okay. See, I'll show you how I develop a simple application for training management and training force. This app is getting developed for managing my participants and for sending out the content emails automatically to their system. For suppose some people cannot even access the Canvas tool. I want to make it really simple by sending out the emails or go to assignments and stuff to them. So both the systems will work automatically. One system will automatically send emails, automate the things, will automatically send reminders for them on the meeting, on all this stuff. The other system, that is Canvas tool, is useful to log in at any point of time and they can even access it. That's useful to submit assignments and stuff. So if you come here, see, the Training Force application which I'm selected here is a custom application which is built by me. Okay, and if you see Sales Call Center, Marketing, Force.com, Community, Content, Site.com, App Launcher, Salesforce Charter. These are all the standard applications by Salesforce. Whenever you get the organization from Salesforce Developer Edition, again the Unlimited Edition or anything, you'll get this stuff. Okay. And coming down to the Group Edition, you don't have these many options. Or okay, Contact Edition. I think Group Edition have some of them have them, but they cannot use APIs and stuff. They have some limits. Okay, you can see the document which I'm going to share with you. The training force application, if you see, the important objects in this are customers. Customers are the companies who are trying to take, who are taking trainings from me. So these are my customer companies. And contact means consultants. Consultants are the people who works for these companies. Okay. And contacts are the people who are owners of these companies. Customer, company, account, client, all these things are same in CRM terminology. Okay. So here Clouds is a company, or Cerebral is a company. Cerebral will have customers. They are staffing company, they are sourcing company, outsourcing company. So they have many customers like Dell, T-Mobile, lot of these are all customers of Cerebral. Okay. When they are sourcing some people to their customers, so they have to manage that. Their customers will be in their CRM system. The people who are reaching them from this customer data will be stored in contacts. I showed you. Contacts parent object is customers. So if there is a person called Arun from my customer company, that is T-Mobile. If T-Mobile is my customer and if Arun is COO of that company, the T-Mobile is stored in this object, Arun is stored in this object, and Arun is automatically linked with this customer, that is T-Mobile. Okay. So you don't even need to do all this stuff. When you're creating a lead, that is Arun, first name, last name, email, phone number, when I'm converting this, it automatically converts and it creates the customer with the company name and details. It will create the contact with the person's information who is contacting you and an opportunity also, right? That's what we have shown the demo in the previous class. Okay. So in this, most of them are custom objects. Customers is standard object, contacts is standard object, leads is standard object, but training enrollments, consultants, cases, invoices are custom objects. So again, I want to build an application to manage. First of all, I'll show you where these objects are there. So for accessing the applications, you click on sales and stuff. That's for accessing the application as an end user, not like a Salesforce developer or administrator or a technical consultant of this Salesforce. For doing that, you have to click on setup. If you want to modify anything, or if you want to use the existing configuration in the backend, you have to click on setup. If you click on setup, you have access to a lot of resources. This can be understandable only by the system administrator, by this, and developer can understand all this stuff. Most of the things you can understand. And coming down to this setup menu, I am going to show the objects where you can see. If you click on expand, create, if you click on objects, you can see a lot of objects in this. Sorry, there are only 5, but there is a different edition which is having around 200 plus objects in this page. I can do that. There is a limit for smaller editions, but for unlimited edition there is no limit at all. Again, there is a limit for number of fields you can create on the object. In terms of database terminology, okay, these objects are called tables in the SQL or Oracle SQL, MySQL, anything, okay. So the fields what you are creating inside these objects, okay, are called fields. The fields what you are creating here are called columns inside the table, database table. If you have some good idea about the database thing, you will be creating some tables. You will be creating some schema first of all. What is the table? and what are the fields in the table, whether name is a string field or number field like this. Same way, if I'm clicking on this consultant object, I can show you this is the object, means table name, and the table label. Front end label is this singular form and plural form. This plural form will be generally used in tabs. For tabs, it will be used for tabs. So the object name of customer is, sorry, I will talk about object name of contracts is contract. Singular form is contract. Plural form is contract. That's the reason you are seeing this contracts tab, because contracts means when you are clicking on this tab, you are seeing a lot of contracts, not only one contract. That's the reason you have to use the plural form here. You don't need to do that. If you configure the things at the object level, it automatically picks the contracts plural form for the tab. Okay. And coming down to the API name. What is API name? The actual object name in the database is stored in the form of consultant underscore C for consultant object, because this is a custom object. That's the reason you are appending underscore C at the end of it. All the custom objects will be having underscore C as their API name. API name means the backend name. The full form of API is application programming interface. Okay. If you want to reach this object with the coding, you have to use consultant underscore C. All the developers will be using these names, not the labels or not the plural form of it. Okay. So this is the table, and these are all the standard fields. By default, Salesforce is providing the standard fields created by, last modified by, first name, owner. These are the 4 fields which it's creating in all the custom objects. Why I can say this is, why these are important. First of all, you are creating leads. So generally, in big companies, there are thousands of users in the system. So for suppose thousands of people are using the same system, and they can get the data from anywhere, from mobile, from anywhere. Okay. For suppose, if you want to do performance ratings based on number of data created, number of leads a person is created, a number of prospects, the number of opportunities you have closed, all these things. Because if you want to classify the best people in your company and the people who are not working, this is the best way. You have to know who created that record, who modified that record, who is actively performing work in the company. You can see everything. Okay. And for suppose your organization have recently faced some issue, some person have modified the data, which is intentionally modified data by putting some bad data. Okay. If you want to track who modified it, yes, these fields are useful to say that who modified it, when they modified it, everything you can see with these fields. Created by, this is automatically filled by the date and the person who created the record. And last modified by is also created the first time, because when you are creating the record for the first time, both these things are same, because created by is the same time and modified by also is the same time, because that's the created time, right? Second time, after 2 days, if you are modifying it, the created by date and time and user information will be there when created by, but it won't change at all. It only shows when the record is created. When last modified by, when you are modifying the record, this will be changing. Okay. Even if you have public permissions on that object, if you have permission, if some other users also have permission to update the records, if some other guy is updating my record, I can see, hey, who modified this record. Just go to the detail page, I can see the information who modified that record. And the owner is the person who created the record for the first time. That person will be having special permissions on this record. Record means some data. Okay. So if you are having 5,000 employees in your company, in your database you have a table called employees. Okay. And you have field names like first name, last name, age, salary, position. These are the 5 fields. Coming down to Salesforce, as it's already creating 4 other fields by default. So employee first name I am going to use in this scenario, and I have to create 4 other fields, that is last name, age, salary, and position fields I have to create. I don't need to create the remaining stuff. It automatically gives created by lost modified by owner fields automatically without creation also. Okay. If I want to track the field history, I can do that. I can track the things. For suppose, what is track field history? For suppose, if I'm changing some status value of a field from active to inactive or pending to completed, okay. So what's happened? So you are going to store the history of the previous value also in the history of these records. So in the child object, you can see the list of old values also. From which value you have modified to which value, you can easily see this information. That is useful to keep the backups. Okay. These are all the fields. In the general database terminology, these are all the column names in the table. Now, if you see in this consultant underscore C table, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fields. Okay, and each and every field is having different data type. Why we use data types? Because to validate the data properly. If I'm giving a number field, if I'm entering text values into here, it will throw some error on the page because it won't accept it. That's the basic standard validations which Salesforce will perform it without any validation rules, because if it is a text numbered or auto number, if it is a number information, years of experience, if I say FIVE, it won't take that value. You have to put down at least numbers, or if you have to leave it. If there is not required field, yeah, I can leave it. Okay, it shows it only accepts numbers. If you want to show some help information, yes, there is a simple option to show you even help information also. When you're creating the fields, there is a help text and description also. Description is useful for the backend people to know for which this field is getting used. Okay, but help or text field inside when we are creating the field is useful for showing the help information on the field when you're creating the data. So if some user don't know what to enter into this, if you just click on help or take your cursor to that particular option, it shows the help information. Okay, this is one way of accessing custom objects, and the other way of accessing custom objects, and the new way is Schema Builder. Click on Schema Builder. So this is a new tool to create objects. First of all, I want to see all custom objects. The best way to do that is to click on Objects first, select from Custom Objects. Now, this is showing only custom objects in my system. You are not writing any code here to bring down or see the existing custom objects. You are simply selecting buttons, right? There are 4 custom objects. I am selecting all the 4. Now in this screen, you have seen the custom objects, that is training enrollment, consultant, training, account is a standard object. Anyway, I am not removing it from here. Invoice and is the 1, 2, 3, 4 is these custom objects. Account and contact is standard objects. This is given by Salesforce CRM system, right? This is available in Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and lot. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you tell me how did you go to Schema Builder?
Yeah, so yeah. One second, I will do it again. Because if we have a problem in searching some of the setup options which I am saying, there is one simple option which I have to tell before I haven't told. Okay, this is the global search for complete data search only. This is for the end users, not for the system administrators or developers. But see, search all setup. This option is only available for system admins, means generally for those who want to modify the backend configuration, or if you want to administer something, you can use this. Search for the CHEMA Schema Builder. Yeah. See, when I'm searching for here, it shows all the items which are with the same name. See, SCHE, 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 MABULD here. Yeah, it's here. But anyway, I don't want to. If I click on this, it will open the directly schema builder. But actually, how to access schema builder? See, it's here. Inside setup, inside build, you don't need to expand any of the options. Directly schema builder is available here. If you want to see the objects in the backend in the object format, yes, click on this, click on this. But anyway, the objects what you are seeing here, is same, but here it's completely diagrammatic representation with relationships also. But here you can see only the labels of the objects, and you can also see the relationships. What is the relationship from invoice to account? Now, if you see here, there are 4 relationships. One is from invoice to account, one is from training to account, one is from training enrollment to training, and another is from the same object, training enrollment to consultant. That's what I want to show you here also. See, from training enrollment, you have 2 relationships. One is to consultant and one is to training. That's what it's showing here, training and consultant. And coming down to here, from vendor, see, from invoice you have relationship to account, okay, and from training you have relationship to account, from consultant you have relationship to account. Let's see this here. Training to account. Okay. Yeah. So you got the means again here is a shortcut link for schema builder again from this object also, because before a few releases back I don't have schema builder. I got the schema builder very 3 to 4 years back. Again, this is used extensionally. Okay. Nowadays, for creating objects and data model, that's really quick. You can easily build it. First, suppose so if I want to create an object, I will show you how to create the object today. So on fields today. So I have a requirement to I want to track even the vendor's information also in my system. So for that I am just bringing down the object, drag and drop on the schema builder, click on vendor. Vendor is the label name. This is how I am creating object. Vendors is the plural form of vendor. This is used especially in tabs. Okay. Object name is vendor. Okay. And vendor name is the record name and its text value. I can have 2 values. The default field which I am creating automatically when I am creating object, that is name field or vendor name or customer name, anything. If it is a customer, it's customer name. If it is a vendor, it's a vendor name. I can even change the label anytime, like I can even give simply name also. I can even give like this also. I can take anything, but anyway, I want only vendor name only. Again, I want only data as text. Text means you can enter only the text values.
What is record? What is record name? How is record name different from label?
Yeah, record name means especially if you are saving some data into the system, that's called record. Each and every, for suppose if there are if there is employee object, you are trying to store all the employees in your company into the employee object. Now, if there are 1,000 employees, this means there are 1,000 records. What is the record name? So you can say, I can call employee record with a name. Say, can you open Srikanth Reddy's account employee record? Like if I say this, people search for employee record in the object and they'll query it. With this last two sentences, you know what is record. It's a data of one person, one employee, or one consultant, or one customer, or one contact, or one anything, right? So you got the exact scenario why we use the record.
Yes.
Record is one data, okay, of any object. So for suppose here I'm getting a vendor object. Now I can get a number of vendors in my system. For suppose if my company have 500 vendors, so if I want to know, hey, I want to get expertise is the company which is a vendor, okay, for my company. Hey, can you bring down the details of expertise vendor? If I see this, you can search in Salesforce database and you can show, hey, this is the vendor's information, vendor's record. Okay. And data type is text. And again, these are some of the options to enable some of the important features and important options. If I'm clicking on allow reports, it automatically enabled reports and dashboards, means reports and report types. Some of the reports will be created in the other reports. I can show that. So this will make simpler for the administrator to he can easily create reports from on. The developer can easily create reports if I am checking this option, because it automatically creates reports for the vendor object, sample report types in the vendor object. That will be useful for creating reports very easily. Otherwise, you have to create the report type manually from scratch. Okay. So for the most important objects, you want to check these things available. If you want to do reporting, yes, you click on this. If you want yellow activities, what are activities? Activities means events or meetings. If I want to set up a meeting with a vendor, yes, I can check this. If I want to assign some tasks to vendor, to any user, this for talking to this vendor guy, I can use this. I'll show this option when we are really working on that particular requirement, when we are setting a call with vendor. For suppose there is a mission, there is a product. I cannot set up a meeting with a product, right? So generally, allow activities option is generally available for companies, because you can set up meetings with any company or contacts with any person, or allow activities is even enabled in for any lead. Exactly, because if your custom objects also need this requirement, allow, if you need to talk to this guy, if you need to automatically assign this record assignment to some other guy by using a task, follow up on this record, that type of tasks I can create for my subordinate, for my people who are working under me. I can do this. Track field history is the option where you can see the history of the old record. When you are modifying the record values by some of your friend unnecessarily, if you want to roll back the data, or if you want to see the old data, with the track field history option, you can see all the old records also. For suppose if status value is changed from pending status to completed, okay, I know I can see when the status has been changed and when, who changed it, and everything is shown in the track history option. With track history option, you can see the old values also. Generally, when I'm changing the record values, how can I get the old values? If I want to roll back the changes, you can't do it, right? But with the track field history, you can see this information in the related lists, the bottom of the page. By seeing this information, you can even roll back the changes also. Available for customer portal or not. If I'm checking this object can be used by the customers in their customer portal login. So again, these two options are useful to, if I'm checking in development, this option is not available for customers or for even on the tabs also. People cannot use this object for creating the data. If I'm clicking on deployed, yes, this object is ready and you can keep the data in this object. That is the meaning of this, okay? And if I'm clicking on this option, if I want to, if my customer asks, I need some feature to add attachments to my record. For suppose there is a candidate I want to add the resume for each and every candidate. In this case, I need to check this option. Okay. First of all, the other requirement is if he's a vendor, if I need to add the portfolio, if I need to add the description about the PPT or any information about this vendor, I can simply add this. I can, every time when I'm creating the vendor record, I can create a number of attachments for this vendor. But I don't want to this in this requirement. Clicking on save. Now the object is created. See, the vendor object is created. I can zoom out and I can show it to you. Yeah. If you click on plus plus, it will show up. If you click on a scroll up also, it will automatically zoom out. Sorry, zoom in. You can zoom in by clicking on double clicking, or by scrolling back you can zoom out. Okay. See, the default fields which I said, the 4 fields are automatically created here. I generally create only one field when I'm creating the vendor object. Now, if you want to say vendor, if you want to store one more information like who is a vendor? Vendor is a company. So in terms of consulting, consultancies and stuff, right? Consultancies work with vendors. Vendors directly work with the customers. If you want to track all the vendors of your company in this system, yes, I can do that. So I'm pulling down some more information like vendor, primary contact email. This is the email field. I have dropped email field. Remember, I have drag and drop on the email field. This is called element inside schema builder. See, this is elements. Object also is an element. These are all the fields. Okay. Object element, auto number element, formula field element, roll-up summary element, lookup. These are relationship elements. These are automatically calculated fields elements. These are all primary primitive events. Okay, primitive elements. So if I want to make this field is required, yes, I can do this by clicking on this option. Simple checkbox means I'm trying to validate all the vendors should have the primary contact email. Otherwise, please do not save the record. If you don't have primary contact email address, don't save the record. That's the very basic validation I'm giving it on this page by clicking on this required checkbox. Again, if I want to make this as unique, because if there are 50 vendors, can 2 vendors will have same email address? No, right? So if I want to do, I can make it even unique also. It's a required, you should enter a value. Again, if you're entering the duplicate value, it will throw some error on the page. Right? Why we use external ID field? External ID field is only used when you are trying to integrate with your third-party systems. Okay, so for suppose in SAP there is an object called account. It's the same object is also available in Salesforce also. You need to keep in sync both the systems, both the data, that is account object in SAP and account object in Salesforce. In this scenario, you are going to store the SAP ID of the data which is in SAP system in this, and you are going to make both the systems in sync. When you are trying whether to update record or whether to get new record, data is available in the system or not, to check whether the data is in sync, this is the only external ID which is useful for mapping both the items, both the systems data, that is accounts object data, right? That's the reason if I want to make any external ID field, I will check that option also. External ID fields are automatically unique and required. Okay. Vendor name, vendor primary contact email. Yeah. Can you please speak now?
Yeah. So when there is a migration from SAP to Salesforce, SAP has an external ID. So in that cases, we need external ID in Salesforce as well. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, if SAP has external ID, yes, I think there is no, I can get one more external ID. There is a limit for that, but you can get 2 to 3. I think 3 external IDs, I think so. There is a limit of 3. Got it? If SAP have one more external ID, yes, I can even create that also in my system. So each and every Salesforce record will be having unique ID. Yeah, that I can show in SAP also. So these data integrations will be done by other tools like Informatica Cloud and Cast Iron. I'm not going to discuss about that tools. Okay, they use extraction, transforming, and ETL. ETL represents for extraction, transforming, and extraction transforming language,
Got it. Got it.
and it didn't deploy it. Okay, so these are
Got it.
these are useful for deployments and making both the systems in sync. Okay, I got it. Okay. And my requirement is I want to vendor name, primary contact email. Okay. What else? Vendor phone number. It's not required. Yeah. Can you recommend some of the requirements? Yeah. If vendor have a general average pay, I can even copy the currency field. I can do that, and I can say average pay. So the currency field is generally accepted in dollars by default. But if you want to implement multiple currencies, yes, you can do that. For suppose there are global organizations, okay, they take money from customers across the globe. For suppose e-commerce companies. India they take in rupees, in China they take in Chinese currency, in US they take in US dollars, UK they take in pounds. Okay, so in this case you can enable multiple currencies. Yes, I can even do currencies also. I can see if I'm doing this, it asks for the name, and the same way what I'm creating for text field, same way I can even create currency field, checkbox, date, time, email, number, percentage, phone, pick list, multi-pick list. I will show that fields now. But because the app which I'm developing here is a very real app, I don't want to create some dummy fields. That's the reason I'm not creating all fields. And here I can put some currency name like average bill rate by this vendor. And I can put the length is 10 digit because you won't get paid more than 10 digit amount. Okay, and 2 decimals because the salary will be also in 2 decimals in cents also, right? 10,050 cents. No matter because it's a currency you generally take in cents also sometimes. I can put 2 like this. I can put 10 and I can save this. And I'm not saved it. Okay, I cancelled it. That is I'm not saving this. And if you want to pull text values, you can pull that. So if you want to pull pick list, what are pick list values? What are pick list values? I'll show that to you. If I'm clicking on any customers, if I'm clicking on new, so if I'm clicking on consultancy, okay, click on continue, and if I'm these are called pick list values. A consultancy, education, technology. Okay. If I how to create the pick list value, yes, I will show that to you. Just drag and drop the pick list value here. It shows the pick list value name like country. I'll give it country, and the values India, USA, all these things I will give here, one after the other like this. India, USA, China like this. Now the same options will be shown in the vendors object like this. Okay. Yeah, I can show this. I want to get a pick list value for vendor city. Vendor city. Okay, I can put down 10, 10. Let's go. I want to put all the values, but I don't want to do that. Dallas. Important cities I'm giving it as, okay. other. I don't want to write all the stuff. Okay, I'm clicking on. See, again, there are two options here. Do I need to sort all the values? That's a better thing. If you are using states, cities, there are 40, 50 values. Yes, you have to sort them, right? So I'm clicking on this to automatically sort the values when I'm saving the object and use first value as the default value. So I'm selecting this. When I'm creating the new record, the default value will automatically selected. See, for suppose if I'm going back, I'm coming new, coming to consultancy. Let's see, I will show which values are default here. See, this is called default value. For industry, I have configured the default value as consulting because I have chosen the consultancy. Most consultancies will do consulting, right? And the ownership is none. There is no value assigned defaultly for this pick list value. There is no value assigned for the rating by default. But for this field, I have assigned the default value. So what happened in my pick list value of this customer object is when I'm creating this pick list value, the first value is consulting. I have selected this option. Use first value as the default value, that is consultancy, and that is the reason it's automatically selected as default value in the pick list field. Okay, I'm clicking on save. I don't want to do that. And now we have some of the fields. Okay, that's fine. And vendor information. I want a text area field to know about the description about them. Vendor info. Click on save. I'll pull one more large. Oh, okay. Yeah, but I went to the previous page. Anyway, the record is saved. Sorry, not the record. The field is saved in the system. The fields the objects what you have selected here, it automatically be in the same state. It won't be deleted. Again, you can come back any point of time, and the same objects will be here. The schema builder. Yeah. And want to see only custom. See, these are all some custom options for your filtering. Okay, all selected objects. These are all objects which I have selected on the schema builder. All standard objects. These are all standard objects which I have selected. There is only account and contact. All custom objects. Now there are 5. Earlier there is 4 objects. Now we have 5. These are all system objects, which you can use these objects in anywhere. You can the user object. Whenever you are creating an object, automatically links to the user object because owner, created by, lost, modified by, these are all links to the user object. And yeah, user object only. Activities means if you want to add activities tab, yes, you can add it. This is a standard object, system object. You can add it. Events, tasks, these are all one part. Okay, these are all always linked to a user. You are creating an event with Salesforce user and with your customers or with your colleagues in the company or with your partners also. Anything you can do it. You can create task which is linking to any of the record in the system. I'll show all this real work. Okay. So now, let's see the time. Yeah. So I want to close this class for today and run this class after tomorrow's class. Okay. Again, I will talk to you tomorrow whenever you're free. So I have to go to the Best Buy before 8:30. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to leave this. But anyway, before closing the class, I would like to share what all we discussed in today's class. We discussed about very basic ancient stuff. Anyway, I'm going to share the document to you. That is a very readable format of 2 pages. Generally, if you want to learn about editions, there is 100-page document also. But I made a very simple document for you guys to view to easily see the differences between each and everything. Okay, and we explored some very basic schema builder tool on how to create object, and stuff. And in the next class, we'll be showing how to show it on the page layout, how to control the user interface, how to create tabs, how to create applications and stuff. So by next class, you'll be very perfect in the schema builder options and creating the custom applications, at least with the custom objects, tabs, and fields and page layouts. Page layouts, I will teach about that topic in the next class. How to control the user interface of the front end. Okay. And did you get the access to the Canvas tool? If yes,
Yes.
I want you to explore the tool. I want you to go through the assignments. And again, there are some recordings attached to it also. If you have time, you can even see the previous videos, which are attached only. I think sometimes you don't see the attachments in the recordings link. If you
I don't
have watched
have
the
any
videos,
recordings.
yeah, but actually in the Canvas tool there is a page. If you click on any page, the recording for that page is already there in the Google Drive, which you have a link there. Let's see that.
And the pages?
But if I'm going to the first class,
Demo link under recordings.
yeah, recording, demo link, all this stuff. Same way for summer classes, it's not added. I'm trying to add the things as soon as possible so that you guys can easily refer to the appropriate. Okay, really sorry. If you unmute from your side, it automatically unmutes. Okay, 2 times it will. Okay. Yeah, that's it, guys. Okay. Yeah, let's meet in tomorrow's class. Okay, and from Monday we will be on schedule. We don't. I don't want to miss any meetings. Okay, and one thing is they are trying to add some more people to this batch. That's the reason I'm trying to go on really short and sessions. Okay. That's fine because anyway, if they are adding or not adding, we'll go on strong schedule from Monday. Okay. Thanks, Arun. I will share you some of the videos after coming home. Okay, after 1 hour.
Tomorrow what time?
Tomorrow anytime. Tell me your available time. I am free anytime tomorrow. I can set up according to your time. If you are
Probably
busy,
evening. Yeah, no problem.
yeah.
No, I'm not busy.
Okay, yes, I can do that in the evening. Cool.